Welcome into PFF TV. I'm Cam Mellor, joined today by former NFL defensive back Solomon Wilcots. Today, we're going to look at the New England Patriots. We're going to look at one very specific person, and we're going to answer a question that I think is weighing on the minds of all the NFL right now. Why would they be holding out for a guy like Josh Gordon? This guy, you've seen his impact when he's been on the field. It's just a matter of staying on the field for Josh Gordon, being mentored by Tom Brady right now off the field while they wait for his reinstatement.
Yeah.
So it begs the question, why do the Patriots want to keep Josh Gordon on the roster? Why did they award him with this $2 million one-year contract, waiting it out for 2019? What did you see in him from his brief tenure so far with the Patriots?
Yeah, remember last year he played in 11 games for the New England Patriots. He started the season with the Cleveland Browns, then came over to the Patriots, and there was an 11-game span where his productivity, I think it sent a message to Bill Belichick and to the Patriots that this is a guy that we may want to keep. And more importantly, it's a guy that we may want to really sort of use his prototype to sort of build the rest of our wide receiving core. Think about it. He put up huge numbers last year. His PFF receiving grade, 78.1. That was the best of any receiver on the Patriots roster last year. Tom Brady completed 58% of the passes when he targeted Gordon, and Gordon pulled in 40 receptions, and he was targeted 69 times. So that's a high completion percentage when Tom Brady decided to target Josh Gordon. You love the fact that a 70% rate of the catches that he made last year turned into first downs. So I think if you're Tom Brady, you're saying, hey, give me more Josh Gordon.
You see it when he was on the field, too.
Yeah.
Moving the chains is an underrated aspect in all of football. You got to have a guy that can do it. He did more than just move the chains, though. Josh Gordon is a big play threat. We saw it in Cleveland. We've seen it all over the field when he's been on the field, so to speak. When did that turn the corner, or how well did he actually do that in terms of our explosive play metric at PFF with the Patriots?
I think that's the real key, because we talk about key performance indicators. I think that was the number one thing for Josh Gordon. I know it had to catch the attention of his head coach, Bill Belichick, because when you talk about 22 plays, explosive plays of 15 yards or more, during the 11-game stretch when he played for the Patriots in 2018, by far more than any other guy on this board, more than Julian Edelman, more than Rob Gronkowski, Chris Hogan, and James White. And so I think when you take him out of the mix, I think Bill Belichick was looking at, hey, we need more explosive plays, and that's why they were willing to double down on Josh Gordon, giving him that $2 million contract that you talked about, not knowing if he'll be reinstated, but they're sure hoping that he will be.
Right, and then I think you see that too. They're transitioning now. They lose a guy like Gronkowski, who when he was in the lineup, Josh Gordon still even topped him in this explosive plays. He was the big play guy when he was on the field, and now I think, you mentioned it, Belichick has seen that. They've kind of transitioned to a new prototype, though, with the drafting of N'Keal Harry and other acquisitions they brought in.
Absolutely. When you look at the wide receivers that the Patriots have typically had in the past, the prototype receiver was a guy that was about 5'9", 198 pounds like Julian Edelman. How about 5'10", Brandon Cooks, or Danny Amendola at 5'11", 185 pounds. And remember, Wes Welker, he was only 5'9". He was so productive that I think that was the prototype for the Patriots moving forward, going from Wes Welker to Brandon Cooks, Danny Amendola. But take a look at this list here. Look at some of the receivers that they have going into 2019. Josh Gordon, 6'3", 225 pounds. That set I think, an example for a newer prototype in terms of what they want to have. N'Keal Harry, you mentioned him, first-round pick this year coming out of Arizona State. Dontrell Inman signed in free agency at 6'3", 205 pounds. We know about Demaryius Thomas. He's a big body guy at 6'3", 229 pounds. So this new prototype, not that they'll replace Rob Gronkowski, but I think what they want to use the receiver with that type of pass-catching radius that Gronkowski would give them and use it to have a greater matchup advantage against a slot corner or even some of the corners on the outside, going over the middle of the field or down inside the red zone. So we don't want to say that these wide receivers will replace Rob Gronkowski, but it will give them a similar type of matchup advantage that Gronk would have against smaller corners or smaller safeties.
Right, and you saw that. We saw it with Gronk. We had him as our highest graded tight end.
Absolutely.
9 of his 10 seasons. It's
Yeah.
the highest graded tight end grade we've
Because of
ever
the
given.
matchup advantage.
And so now they're going to try to exploit that with these new prototypical receivers in Belichick's offense.
Something to look for,
Something
right?
to look forward to here as we go into 2019. You can see it. We've answered the question as best as we can with our PFF data, why the Patriots will be holding out for Josh Gordon here in hopes of his return. For Solomon Wilcots, I'm Cam Mellor, and we'll see you again.